So, okay na tayo sa first goal natin. We already achieve our first goal. We already understand the different assumptions na ina-assume natin before we analyze a beam. And we already understand as well yung method kung paano ba ma-analyze ang isang beam. Paano ba mahanap yung mga internal force or forces acting inside a beam. So, okay na tayo dyan sa first goal natin. Now, it's time to achieve our last goal for this meeting, which is to apply kung ano ba yung natutunan natin dito sa first goal. So, dito sa second goal, we will now actually analyze a beam. So, there's no better way to understand how to apply these things na naaral natin kanina than to apply them on a sample problem. So, proceed na tayo sa sample problem. So, try natin tong sample problem na to. And the angle strut is welded to end C of the I-beam. So, nasan yung I-beam? So, meron ka daw I-beam, tapos may strut na nakakonect dun sa I-beam at end C. Yan. Yung strut daw supports the 1.6 kilonewton vertical force. Ito yung strut mo, may dala-dala siyang vertical load or vertical force. Magnitude is 1.6 kilonewton. Hinahanap niya sa tanong ay determine the bending moment at B. So, ano daw yung bending moment dito? And the distance x to the left of C at which the bending moment is 0. So, hanapin daw natin yung bending moment sa B. Tapos, hanapin din daw natin kung saan ang location dito sa left ng C, kung saan ang bending moment ay 0. So, saan daw dito sa left nitong point C, may experience yung ng beam yung 0 na bending moment. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang bending moment. So, let's try to answer muna the first question, which is, what is the bending moment at B, at point B dito? So, paano natin malalaman yung bending moment sa point B? So, again, bending moment is an internal load. Sabihin, nasa loob siya ng beam. So, paano ba natin makikita yung mga internal load na yan na nasa loob ng beam? Again, may inaral tayo na method, which is what we call method of sections. So, ano bang sinasabi sa method of sections? This is one way to analyze a beam. This is one way paano mo makukuha yung mga internal load acting inside a beam. So, ano bang sinasabi sa method of sections? Sabi niya, if we say that this beam is in equilibrium, dapat pag kinat natin siya, dapat yung segments na mabubuo, they will be both in equilibrium as well. So, ibig sabihin, dapat yung dalawang segment na yun, kung ilan mas segment yung mabubuo, dapat they are both in equilibrium. Therefore, dapat yung summation ng forces horizontal, vertical, and moment on each segments dapat all equal to 0. So, para makuha natin yung bending moment sa B, let's do method of sections. So, paano gawin yon? Dapat ikat natin yung beam. So, dito natin siya ikakat. Siyempre, kung saan yung point, kung saan gusto nating makita yung mga internal load. So, in this case, gusto nating makita yung bending moment sa point B. Di sa point B tayo mag-cut. So, again, sabi nga sa assumption natin na inaral nito, previous slides, dapat ang assumption natin, yung cutting section natin always perpendicular sa longitudinal axis ng beam. So, nakaturo yung cutting section ko sa left side. Ibig sabihin, we will use the left segment of the beam. So, tatanggalin natin yung left segment, right segment. Ang kukunin lang natin is yung left segment. So, again, according to method of section, dapat yung left segment na yan is in equilibrium as well if we say that this whole beam is in equilibrium. So, pag kinat natin yan, syempre may lalabas na internal forces dito kasi kinat natin sineparate natin tong left sa right segment Pero kasabay nung mga internal forces na yan na lalabas because of this cutting section, para ma-analyze natin tong left segment na to, we must draw the free body diagram of the left segment. And how can we draw a free body diagram? Ano ba ang free body diagram? Again, recall lang natin, when you say free body diagram, it is an isolated view kung saan ang nilalagay lang natin dito sa view natin ay yung external forces acting on this body. So, ano na ba yung mga external forces acting on this body? So, syempre, una na yung mga force na in-exert ng hinge connection na to or hinge support sa beam at joint A. So, tawagin na lang natin yung horizontal component ng force na ina-apply ng hinge support sa beam na since nasa point A siya at horizontal siya, let's call it AH. And yung isang component, let's just call it AV. A vertical force acting on point A. Isama na rin natin yung reaction or yung force na ina-apply ng roller sa point B. And again, we know na pag roller, single force lang siya, always perpendicular dun sa surface kung saan nakapatong yung roller. So let's just call that, since nasa point B siya at pa-vertical siya, let's just call that BV. So now, so before we proceed with the method of sections in this way, kung left segment yung gagamitin natin, syempre we need to first identify the values of these reactions. Kaso lang, before you proceed sa pag-solve ng mga reactions ng isang structure, say for example, A beam, medyo dapat hindi ka lang solve kuha ng reaction na lang basta-basta. I-check mo, baka naman hindi naman pala solvable yung mga reaction. Bakit hindi solvable? Because the beam is statically indeterminate structure. So again, kung naalala nyo yung diniscuss ko sa truss na topic, when we say statically indeterminate structure, it's a structure na hindi natin ma-determine yung mga number of or yung mga unknowns, hindi natin ma-determine yung mga unknowns with just using statics, with just using the equations of equilibrium from statics. So that is what is statically indeterminate. So sabi natin doon sa discussion natin from truss, kung naalala nyo, para ma-solve natin yung mga unknowns sa isang structure, which is in this case sa beam, yung mga reactions, yan. Para ma-solve natin yan, dapat yung number of equations na meron tayo ay equal dun sa number of unknowns na hinahanap natin. Which is in the case nga sa beam, ang mga unknowns lang naman natin dyan, kung titignan nyo, ay yung mga reaction. So, ilan ba yung available equations natin to solve those unknowns? In case sa beam, sa case ng beam, ilan ba yung equations na yun? So, yun lang naman yung mga equations ng equilibrium, which is summation forces horizontal must be equal to 0, summation forces vertical must also be equal to 0, and as well as summation moment. So, there are 3 available equations for us to solve these unknowns in a beam. So, pag nag-equal yan, ibig sabihin, we can solve the unknowns in this beam with just using statics. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, yung beam natin, yung structure natin is what we call statically determinate structure. Meaning, we can determine the unknowns with just using statics, yung mga equations of equilibrium, yung tatlo. So in this case, obvious naman, tatlo yung reactions and tatlo rin yung available equations natin to solve those reactions. Therefore, this beam given natin is what we call statically determinate structure. Kaso lang, paano kunyari ganito yung given? Kunyari lang, naging ganito yung given. We have a beam, pero yung support niya dito, tsaka dito, parehong hinge. So again, alam natin, pag hinge support, merong dalawang unknown. Isang horizontal, vertical. So total of how many reactions na meron dito sa isa sa beam na to? We have a total of 4 reactions. Kaso lang, yung equations available for us to solve those unknown reactions, tatlo lang. So paano yun? So this beam, therefore, is what we call statically indeterminate structure. Statically indeterminate beam siya. Bakit? Kasi nga, the number of unknowns niya, mas malaki, mas marami kaysa sa available equations to solve those unknowns. So, hindi natin masasolve lahat ng unknowns dyan. Hindi natin masasolve lahat ng unknown reactions. Not unless there is what we call internal hinge acting on this part of the beam. So, ano ba yung internal hinge na yan? Internal hinge na yan, actually, parang hinge lang din, hinge support. So, technically, hinge connection lang din siya. Ibig sabihin, pag sineparate mo tong left segment from the right segment, ang lalabas na internal forces ay katulad lang nito. Meron kang vertical and horizontal lang. So that is how internal hinge works. So kung ang lalabas lang pala pag sineparate mo tong left segment from the right segment ay forces lang, vertical and horizontal, walang bending moment. Ibig sabihin lang nun, dapat pag kinuha natin yung bending moment at this point kung saan nakalocate yung internal hinge, therefore dapat yung bending moment na makukuha natin is actually equal to 0. Kasi internal hinge lang siya eh. Ganito lang yung nag-act sa kanya. Isang vertical, isang horizontal. Walang moment eh. Eh diba sabi nga natin, we assume, kung naalala nyo kanina sa diniscuss ko, we assume na ang beam, it is joined together rigidly. Ibig sabihin, fix yung connection niya. Ibig sabihin, pag dinisconnect mo sila, ang lalabas ay vertical force, horizontal force, and a moment. May bending moment siya dapat. Pero again, in this case, meron tayong tinatawag na special condition equation, which is nanggaling dito sa internal hinge. And what is that special condition? Ang special condition na yan ay, in this point, kung saan nakalocate yung internal hinge, walang bending moment. Ibig sabihin, dapat pag kinompute mo yung bending moment dyan, equal dapat sa 0. And that, because of that, because of that, meron tayong additional na one equation na mabubuo. So, additional sa summation forces horizontal 0, summation forces vertical 0, and summation moment at any point equal to 0, meron pa tayong additional equation na mabubuo because of this special condition equation. And what is that additional equation? That additional equation will come from the fact na dapat dito sa internal hinge, walang bending moment. So, dapat pag kinuha yung bending moment dyan, equal dapat sa 0. So, therefore, because of that additional equation, therefore, we can now solve all of the unknown reactions existing or present on this originally statically indeterminate beam. But again, because of this internal hinge, nadagdagan tayo ng isang equation, a total of 4 equations na tayo. Eh, ilan nga ulit yung, yung reactions? 4. 4 yung reactions, tapos yung available equations mo, 3 from statics, plus special condition equation from this special condition na merong internal hinge dito kung saan ang bending moment ay 0. Because of that, nagkaroon na tayo ng a total of 4 available equations to solve for unknown reactions. So since same na yung number of unknowns, the number of available equations to solve those unknowns, therefore, we can now call this beam as statically determinate structure. Ibig sabihin lang, we can solve for the unknowns present on this beam with just using statics. Although merong additional na special condition. But then again, overall, you just need the knowledge of statics para ma-solve yung mga unknowns dito. So technically, it's still called statically determinate structure. So actually, ito, ano na yan eh, parang formula na kumbaga. This is a formula para malaman nyo kung ang isang beam ba ay statically determinate or statically indeterminate. So, medyo magkaiba siya sa truss. Iba yung formula sa truss para malaman kung statically determinate or not. Iba rin yung formula sa beam. So, this is the formula for beam para malaman kung statically determinate siya or not. Ito, another example. Kunyari, meron akong structure. Meron ako ditong structure, and they are connected by this. This is what we call internal roller support. So, yung internal roller na yan yung nagko-connect dito sa part na to, or sa body na yan, part ng beam, tsaka dito sa part ng beam. So, kung titignan nyo itong binigay ko na beam na to, in a glance, kung check nyo kung statically determinate ba siya or not, by checking kung ilan yung number of unknowns, you can see na parang ano siya, statically indeterminate siya at first. Kasi kung bibilangin mo kung ilan yung unknowns, bilangin natin. Dalawa dito, since hinge siya. Dito, since fixed siya, meron tayong tatlo. So, a total of 5. So, we have 5 unknowns, pero yung equations natin ay tatlo lang. Ibig sabihin lang nun, mas marami yung unknown sa equations. Therefore, at first glance, we can see na itong structure natin, itong beam natin ay statically indeterminate structure. Pero, because meron siyang tinatawag natin na internal roller support, nagkakaroon tayo ng dalawang additional 2 equations. So, saan nanggagaling yung 2 equations na yan? Makukuha mo yung dalawang equations na yun, additional equations na yun, if you try to find again, parang dito, if you try to find the bending moment at this point kung saan located yung internal roller support. So, alam natin kung may internal roller, pag dinisconnect mo tong left member mula dun sa pagkakakonect sa internal roller, alam natin na ang lalabas ay single force lang, isang force lang. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, hindi siya katulad nung rigidly connected na pag sineperate ay may lalabas na vertical, horizontal, and moment. Ibig sabihin lang nun, dito sa point na to, meron tayong, again, tinatawag na zero bending moment. Kung zero yung bending moment dyan, using this left segment, you will now have additional 1 equation. And then again, since ganun din yung connection nitong roller na to dito, sa right segment na to, therefore, you will now have again additional 1 equation. A total of 2 additional equations. And since meron ka nang nadagdag na 2 additional equations, additional dun sa tatlong equations of equilibrium, therefore, you can see na yung structure na to na given is hindi siya statically indeterminate, but it is actually statically determinate structure. Kasi 5 yung unknowns, 5 yung unknown reactions, pero yung available equations mo ay 3 from statics from equations of equilibrium plus 2 additional equations because of the fact that we have an internal roller support at this point. So, since meron kang 2 dyan, 3 plus 2, 5, So therefore, 5 unknowns will now be equal to 5 available equations. Therefore, we can say na itong structure natin or beam natin is actually statically determinate structure. So mukha lang siyang indeterminate at first glance. Pero kung kumbaga scrutinize mo, since may internal roller siya dyan, meron kang mabubuo na additional na equation from the fact na 0 yung bending moment dito sa end na to, nitong left segment na to, at sa end na to, nitong right segment na to. Because yung connection nga nila is hindi rigid, kundi roller lang. So, parang same condition dito sa internal hinge. So, again, paano naman kung yung number of unknowns, unknown reaction, is still greater than dun sa sum ng existing equation of equilibrium from statics plus special condition equations. Paano kung still, kahit meron ka ng special condition equations, yung number of unknowns greater than pa rin kaysa dun sa sum nila? So that is the time na yung structure mo will now be called statically indeterminate structure. So, hindi mo na ma-determine yung mga unknown reactions with just using statics. So, medyo kailangan mo na ng knowledge about sa structural theory, which is yung next subject na iti-take nyo. So, hayaan ko na lang na dun nyo ma-experience yung pagkuha ng mga unknown reactions in a statically indeterminate structure. So again, this is the formula para malaman nyo kung statically determinate or not ang isang beam. So tatandaan nyo na yan. So now, since alam na natin na itong given natin na structure ay statically determinate pala, therefore, we can now proceed to the actual computation of the unknown support reactions. Pwede yan. So, kunyari, nakuha na natin yung unknown support reactions. We can now proceed with the method of sections. So, again, ano nga yung sinasabi sa method of sections? Kung yung structure natin, yung beam natin ay in equilibrium, dapat pag kinat mo yan, yung dalawang segment, kung ilang segment mo yung lalabas, dapat they will be all in equilibrium as well. So, since kinat ko na yan dito, at nakaturo yan sa left, ibig sabihin, yung left segment yung kukunin natin, ihiwalay natin tong right segment from the left segment. So, since hiniwalay natin yung right sa left segment, mag-disconnect tayo, we know na may lalabas na internal forces. In the case sa beam, ang assumption natin sa beam, ang connection niya, it is rigidly connected together. So, fixed connection siya. And we know na pag fixed connection, ang lalabas na internal forces ay dalawang force, vertical and horizontal, tsaka isang moment. So, may lalabas na component ng force, horizontal, and we call that normal force. Yung vertical component, we call that shear force. And the moment, we call that bending moment. So these are all called internal loads na nag-act dito sa point B. So, in the case naman dito sa tanong, ang hinahanap niya lang naman is yung magnitude nito, nung M, yung bending moment. So, paano masosolve yung bending moment na yun? Again, sabi nga sa method of sections, if this is a segment nung original beam kanina, dapat this is also in equilibrium. So, dapat pag dinrawang may free body diagram niya, composed of external forces lang, dapat they will satisfy the equations of equilibrium, yung summation forces horizontal, vertical, tsaka moment equal dapat sa 0. Also, although in this case, since bending moment lang naman yung concern natin, pwedeng ito na lang ang gamitin natin. Summation moment equal to 0. So, pwede ka mag-moment dito sa joint na to para mawala tong normal force and shear force. Matitira na lang is yung bending moment na yan. And that bending moment is actually parang couple moment din yan. So, alam naman natin yung characteristic ng couple moment. yung effect niya at any point dito sa plane na to, the same lang, di nagbabago. So, yung moment niya dyan, sa point na yan, is siya pa rin. Yun pa rin yung magnitude niya. Ito, since collinear siya dito sa point kung saan tayo nagmo-moment, walang moment yan. So, ang may moment na lang is this component. So, yung moment mo yan dito, sum mo dito, i-add mo dito sa bending moment na to, equal dapat yun sa 0. So, therefore, makuha mo na yung magnitude ng bending moment M. Yun yung sagot sa sa first question. Bending moment sa B. Now, actually, di yan yung solution na ituturo ko. Kasi obviously, mahaba na naman yan. Bakit na naman mahaba? Kasi you have to get first the reactions eh. Hindi naman ganun kahaba yung pagkuha ng reactions. Pero syempre, may additional step ka pa na gagawin para lang makuha mo yung hinahanap mo, which is yung bending moment. So, hindi yan yung ituturo ko sa inyo na technique. Instead of kunin natin yung segment na may reactions pa, ang gawin natin, kunin na lang natin yung segment na hindi na natin kailangan yung reactions para hindi na natin siya computed. And obviously, that segment is the right segment. So, instead of the left segment, ang gamitin na lang natin ay yung right segment.
Are you still looking at me?